welcome back. It's your girl Nisi with Deniese IncTru. Well, we are continuing on from our previous conversation in which we had with fashion model, ambassador, and loctician Barbara, Miss Iyanna Kelly. So this will be part 3 of 3 and continuation to that conversation. So if you missed parts 1 and 2, make sure you go and check those out. But in the meantime, let's jump back into the discussion.
Next, I wanted to just go over like how people can go into like modeling entry and guidance, to be able to help someone who wants to step into plus size modeling, but they may not feel confident yet. What would you tell them that goes beyond just believe in yourself? What do you think that they actually need to understand about the industry before they take that step?
First is having a mission with their modeling. Some people think it's just standing in front of a camera or being able to put on something and just basically model that. But you have to have a message or a mission. What's your what is your problem that you have, and can you be the solution to that? So like I said earlier, like the problem for me is that it was as a bigger girl, it was always something revolving around clothing, shoes, whatever the case may be, that would set me back being feeling inclusive to any and everything. So now when I'm a model, I don't want to worry about, once you see my comp card, you know exactly what I look like, you know exactly what size I am, shoe size, anything. So when I come to you, you should be able to put that together and have a vision that expresses not only a plus size girl, but also your clothing line. So just having a problem, and can you be the solution to that problem? Um, Also, working on whatever you don't feel confident about. And everybody has certain things where they don't feel confident about. It could be your face shape, it could be your body shape, it could be because your stomach may be bigger than your legs, or your breasts may be huger than anything on your body. So just finding that confidence within that area to be like, okay, I'm different and I love that I'm different, but how can I express that through modeling, whether it's editorial or through the one or runway or commercial. So you can have different things. Commercial is like having those connecting or collaborating with those brands where you have the shapewear, or you're wearing types of bras or different things that would support a plus size woman. So you have different pathways that you can go with modeling, but it's just finding that thing that connects to you, that help you stand out in the area, basically in fashion.
Okay, so being able to, so that's a really good point. So you would encourage for them to kind of like be able to know like what those problem areas are, what solutions go with that as well, and then being able to like find what the particular problem areas is, not even just within the industry to what you're trying to do, but within self, like if there's something that you want to fix and adjust, start working on those things first, and then see how you can segue those things into the industry and what you're doing. So that's really good to say. And then I noticed that you were talking about that comp card too, making sure to have those things. So when you do get hired on for things, they'll already know like what's what, and sizes and things like that. It won't be such a surprise. It'll already be professionally laid out for them to know. So that's some good points to provide to be able to go into the industry. All right, and guidance. Now, I also wanted to ask about like art and expression outside of modeling. So a lot of creatives, they have like multiple forms of expression outside of modeling. And your current work, do you have other creative outlets like drawing, writing, or singing, or anything else like that that people wouldn't expect?
I do a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I was in high school, I went to a high school that we had pathways. It was like a mini college. So I was in fine arts and my concentration was musical theater.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of acting, I did singing. And so once I graduated high school, I was like, oh, I want to be a music teacher. I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I want to be a music teacher because I know how to sing and I loved anything revolving music. So going to college, went to a private school, really wasn't good for me. So I was like, maybe we should go a different route.
Yeah.
So when I picked the college again, I got a full ride to Strayer University. It was for criminal justice and a concentration in criminal behavior. Now I did that because I always wanted to know the psyche behind people that did deviant behavior.
Yeah.
And it also ties into my mental health passion because a lot of kids, especially kids, a lot of people grow up and they don't realize that the things that they do now as an adult, whether you're robbing people or, shooting guns and stuff like that,
Mhm.
it reflects on how you was as a kid. You may have that parent or the people that knew you when you was younger and they was like, oh, he was quiet, he was this, he was that. But it was a mental thing he was going through. So now that he's older, he gets to express it. And it may not be in a positive way, which is why we have a lot of criminals and stuff nowadays. So I try to do that through my art,
Yeah.
have different art like this. This was something random I just created in my room. It was during February, I think in 2017. So I was in my junior year in high school. I painted this
Mhm.
and it was basically to say like black people, we is on top of the world. We come from kingdoms of everywhere.
Yeah.
Africa is in the middle, and then you have different colors, like we said, the LGBTQ. We did
Yeah.
the rainbows and stuff on the side. So it's different things that I try to put in my art. Like I said, I sing, I dance a little bit, you get the modeling and stuff. So I do everything, anything that's self-expression that I can, like I said earlier, that I could fit into, I'm gonna do it because it's just me.
I like that. I love that picture. Okay, so that's good to be able to have that level of like self-expressions, things like that. Being able to go outside of not just like doing the modeling with the hair and things like that and products, but you do have your creative outlets by being able to paint, draw, and express yourself through art. So I've always it's kind of like a thing I used to tell my children and just people in general when I would like teach children how to draw and things like that. I always tell them everybody is an artist somewhere or another. You
Mhm.
can learn to draw. Like we all have art. Like especially like for instance, like being able to do everything that you're doing is already like in the art. So it's like surely enough, like there is some other creative outlet, and lo and behold, it is that you can draw and express yourself in such a way within actual physical arts with that. So and I like the color, the mediums that you used in your picture, and then what it means as the backstory as to why you plugged in those things in your art too. So it's always good. And then you can sing too. So yeah, what can you not do? So that's kind of the thing. Like what
Like, that's the only thing.
this is what like when people when they're in the arts, people are like, you just can do everything because if you're able to go in those multiple lanes, you can. There's so many things that you can do. So that's great. Your
Yes.
expression, I love that. Love that. All right. So being a creative, having those multiple forms and of arts and things, that's really good. And then you were kind of tying in the fact of using like the like criminology and things like that, going into the behavioral health portion of the mind and being able to incorporate that too, so all within your leisure, and then like those human moments that you have when you're not working, like when you're not building, not showing up for, well, let me restate. So when you're not working, not building, not showing up for anyone else, what does your downtime actually look like? What brings you back to yourself? Like what brings you back to your wholeness after giving fragments of yourself out to the world?
Um, I would say my favorite thing is meditation. And meditation comes through different ways for me. When it's in the summer, I love to sunbathe. I can't do that no more now that I'm pregnant because you can't be exposing like the heat and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So, but I love to sunbathe, especially when I live with my grandma. Always sat on the porch, always was in the sun. Um, Art is something I love painting. So anything that's on my mind, I can't draw faces, but anything with words and stuff like that, or if I do decide to draw a face, it's always a female with glasses on, or she's looking away, but she don't have no eyes and stuff like that. I feel like I do that because when you look at art, it's always people always perceive things through vision.
Yeah,
So I would want any and everybody to perceive my art, whatever how you feel it makes you feel, that's on you. It doesn't matter what I put on the paper. It
wow.
depends on how you perceive that. So all of my like characters, they don't have eyeballs or they have something blocking the eyes, and then you just focus on everything else, whether it's the hair, the colors, and stuff like that. So just creating things, thinking about different ways I could be more helpful to the world.
Mhm.
So it's like even if I am on my downtime, I'm always thinking about something else. I'm always on my phone, always looking through things on Instagram.
Yeah,
As you know, I repost things for mental health or supporting other people. So it is a downtime, but at the same time, it's like my safe space is my comfort zone just to
yeah.
do artsy stuff.
Okay. All right. So even in your leisure, even in those human moments, you're still you're still being active in a way, but it's still granting you that level of peace. You're able to use that downtime still within the arts, though. So even you have arts outside, doing that as with your work, your job, but it's not really a job. It's something that you have a passion for. So but when you come home, you get to submerge yourself in meditation, doing the art with your painting, and then sunbathing when you're when you're not you know out there, you're doing things like being able to navigate and look up things online too. Still helping out people, just thinking about things outside of the box. So that's good that you're still within your leisure, you're still submerged in those arts, no matter what. Now, and then I like the way you had what we would call like you have a signature to your paintings, not just the physical signature, as we would say in for layman's, but like signature as in like what you were saying, the eyeballs, the vision, things. That's you. That's a part of how you express through it, and that's kind of like your tag. Your signature is for people to identify that that is that of your art expression. So I like that.
Mhm.
So now I wanted to, kind of go into now when you go into arts, there's a thing like what I've studied. I studied like art therapy, music therapy, right? And kind of tying those things in with visual performing arts. That's kind of part of what we do. So music, I do see that it is a big part of, like I was saying, it's a big part of our platform. So what are you listening to right now that matches your current season in your life? What's some things that you listen to?
Um, I like anything that express woman empowerment. So Cardi B has a new album where even though she broke up with Offset and stuff,
Yeah,
she like most of the songs on there is still expressing like I'm that girl with or without you.
right.
Um, it's building other women up. She outside, she lit,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
So it's like I love music like that. Even though we have a perception on Sexy Red, I love Sexy Red. She's like my alter ego. Like just
Right,
being
right.
free. Ever since she came out, she is like on the charts. And even though she's
Yeah.
like provocative and stuff like that, but like she still gives me that, yeah,
It
we
does.
outside.
Right,
Like I love stuff like that.
right.
Um, so anything that's like I told you earlier, like anything that's spunky that gets me going, I love music like that. Um going back to music therapy. When I go to sleep, I like to listen to rainstorms or like anything with animals in it and stuff like that, just to get that soothing thing. But anything during the day, yeah, we lit, especially with my clients. Like it's some of my clients that they don't like watching TV, they'd rather watch music videos. So learning other people music and what they listen to. You got people that love rock, you got people that love jazz music and stuff like that. So it's a variety of things, and you would never know talking to a person that they would like that type of music. So
Right,
it's
right.
just good to learn certain things, especially revolving around music. Who likes what and what resonates with them.
Yeah, so that's really good. So, being able to have that versatility of listening to different music, it seems like you're really on a high vibe type thing. And then even when you, the closing of your night, you're utilizing things like natural elements, the rain sounds and stuff. You're peaceful. So it seems like you're very high energy, mass majority of the time. And then, at your, time alone, having those human moments, you have that tranquility that still remains. So I really love that about you. As for today, like we are in a solution filled Sunday here on Deniese IncTru. So that's what we called it for each of our Sundays, and that's where we take like time to be able to reflect, and then we create some solutions for what we're facing when you're navigating challenges in your own life or business. What is your personal process for like turning pressure into direction? What are some things you do for those solutions to gain solutions?
Um, Writing it down, doing research. I'm a Google fiend, so I look up
Yeah.
any and everything. Like, what does this mean? Like, I've been on YouTube and I watch Catfish, and something just kept asking me to say, why is the show called Catfish? It's people
Right.
that's not being people, but a catfish is a fish. Like, why did they name it Catfish? And to learn that,
Right.
obviously, they learn it. They say Catfish because back then when they used to ship the fishes over water,
Mhm.
the if it was all catfish in a box, it would spoil you faster. So they put cod in it, basically like other fishes that don't look like them but look similar. If they put cod in it, it will last longer over the transportation of the catfish. And I'm like, oh wow, like you learn how to solve problems like that. So it's like, okay, he put catfish because obviously that's what they doing. They keeping
Yeah.
people fresh because that's not who they really are. So they're the cause for real. But once they
Oh,
find out, like you're not the catfish that I
catfish.
thought you was, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, it makes sense. So
that
that's
do
what I
make
do with my
sense.
problems. Yeah, like I write it out, outline, or just talking to people that's close to me. If I always have a problem, I always call and be like, "Hey, am I tripping?" Or you think this right? Or da 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 da, just to get other people's opinion because, like I said, I love the psyche. So maybe I'm overthinking. I know I'm a natural overthinker. So maybe I'm overthinking my emotions. I'm an emotional person too. I could be really angry at one point. I could be
Yeah.
really happy. I could be really sad. So sometimes just talking to people, other people that's close to me and that know me outside of being in my body, it
Mhm.
helps me solve problems too.
Yeah. So that's good. Okay, I would have never thought of that. I would have
Right.
like now you got me wanting to research stuff a little bit further now. I'm
See?
like, okay, cause see what I do, like I'm constantly like my friends, they know me being like I just research just random stuff too. So it's good to find somebody, be around somebody that does similar things. And like you sister for real, you sisterhood for real. Like
Yes, like I love research.
yeah, so that's something else. And I would have never thought like, let me look up cafe. That's really good. So I like that though, where you were saying that kind of similar to kind of how Solution Field Sunday is that you kind of do that same thing, writing down some things and then put solutions next to it, kind of being able to track those things. So you're constantly an ongoing researcher. You're always looking for a solution to whatever it is that's going on. So I like that. Now,
Yes.
now, where being that you do go into doing and finding those solutions, let's talk about some real life, even further real life solutions, and encouragement. So, for anyone that's watching who may feel stuck or overwhelmed or unsure of themselves in this moment, what is one real solution or mindset shift that you would offer them from your own experience?
Um, it may be cliche, but if I could do it, you could do it.
Yeah, right.
It's just that simple. Um, I grew up with a lot saying that I can't do it, I can't, ooh. And you have a lot of teachers that literally put it in their everyday, not just education, but in their classroom, period. You cannot say I can't. So it encouraged the child to go through growing up and saying, oh, I could do that. Even if
Yeah.
I do feel like I can't do it, it's the opportunity to try again and try again and try again and try again. When I
Mm.
went to my community baby shower the other day, she was teaching us about parenting, first time parenting. And she was saying teaching also with love and care. So when your child is doing homework or something like that, and they keep saying, oh, I can't do it, you have a lot of parents that do it for them. She was just expressing that by you teaching, by you doing it for them, they're not getting stronger. They're not creating that mind or building the folds in their brain. So
Wow.
she asked my boyfriend, like, if I'm lifting weights for you and you getting stronger, what does that do? And I laughed because it's like, well,
Right.
when you put it like that is how it is.
That
Because
makes
if
sense.
I'm older, I'm the adult. So if I'm doing the child's homework, is the child really learning? Is they getting stronger? Is they
Right.
building the folds in their
How building
brain?
those cognitive skills and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm gonna teach my child. If you see somebody else doing it, you can do it too. Once you see, especially if it's on TV, if it's on a game that you like, if they got first place, one day you'll get first place too. But you just
Right.
gotta keep doing it. So it's through anything. I feel like that's just believe in yourself
Mm.
first. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they could do it. And it's like you can. Once you put your mind to it, like my
Right.
grandma said, you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want to do.
Yeah. And that's a good way to have yourself have that type of mindset, to be able to always have that. Well, I used to have a friend, my friend, he used to say, no, we got a can-do attitude. Whenever I say something, I want you to be like, hey, can do, I can do. And that started to rub off. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can do. Like I can do whatever it is that like, and then utilizing that mind, keeping that mindset, maintaining it. It actually helped through a lot of things in life. Even like, for instance, the podcast. Like some people, like how I would have some people to come up to me. Well, how did you get so and so? Because I said I can do.
Mhm. And that's
I
like,
kept it that way. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like our president. We had the first black
Right.
president, Obama, and we kept saying, "Oh, we can't have a black president. Oh no, we would never have
Right.
a black president." And
Right.
his slogan for his campaign was, "Yes, we can."
Yes, we
It
can.
was just that simple.
Mhm.
Yes, we can. And
Yeah.
you see that everywhere, everywhere. And yes, we can was in the school system, was in the legal system, anything. And they used that to encourage people that you can do anything you want to. Anything is possible. We had never thought we would have not a
Never
black
did.
woman, a black man, black people, period, in the office like that as running the country. And
Right.
we did. And the slogan was, yes, we can. It was just that simple.
Mhm. And see, I like that because most people, like when you hear that, they make it, they tend to think that it's a level of cockiness. But I'm like, that's not cockiness, that's confidence. You have to have a level of confidence. You have to have that embodiment of inner encouragement. You
Yeah.
have to encourage yourself often as possible, and to be able to have people like you, like teachers and things like that, constantly putting that into the village. Even so, putting it into the village and saying, I can. Yes, you can. Don't say I cannot. Do not put like my father, he was just like that. He was like, hey, don't we do not well, I don't like you saying that word. He would always tell me, he was like, it was one point in time, and I was like, hey, I don't think I can get that car off the lot because like this was going on in my life or that was going on. He said, how do you know you can't, you're not able to if you didn't try already? And I'm like, you're right. I'm just saying I can't.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. So he's like, try it. And when I did, I got the car off the lot. Well, I did when I researched it. Like so constantly putting that into yourself, into your being and everything about yourself, always saying I can, you will eventually manifest those things. But
Yeah.
constantly saying I cannot, you will eventually manifest. You cannot, you will not if you think that way. So
And
that's
it's in a lot of stuff what we learn as kids. Like
yeah.
I just said, I did musical theater.
Yeah.
And the my favorite thing that I acted into when I was in high school was The Wiz. I
Mm,
was the lion. And all rows of the Wiz, they had everything a human needs. The
yeah.
lion needed courage. It was the king of the jungle, but he was so
Wow.
scared to do everything. And he just
Right.
kept saying, I can't, I don't know if I'll be able to intimidate people. I don't know if I could be the king of the jungle. But you can. Dorothy kept encouraging him. You can, you can. You got Tin Man. Tin Man couldn't feel emotions. He needed a heart. He always thought that because he didn't have a heart or he wasn't a human, he
Yeah.
didn't know how to express his emotions and stuff like that. Then
Yeah.
you got the Scarecrow. Scarecrow couldn't think. He couldn't walk. He couldn't do anything. But when he got Dorothy, he met Dorothy. He got the encouragement. And then you got Dorothy, that what we were just talking about, the people that think they can. She never
Mm,
thought she could get back home, but she knew that she just had to go see the Wiz. So she
yeah.
had all these things, your heart, your emotion, and your courage, and
Yeah.
she got them together and they went to go see the Wiz.
Right.
Like she got home. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
a good thing. And then the Wiz wound up being some person that was locked away in a magical city. You get what I'm saying? They have all
Yeah.
these different things. So that's
That's
basically
the
what life
mindset.
is. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the obstacle. And once you get to where you want to be, you you know you're that. You're
Yeah.
everything that you need to be.
Yeah, and even not even just tying it in just with the personal portion of it. I not like even speaking about the Wiz. You notice how as it was tying in, it's her circle too. The circle that she had, giving that constant encouragement. So being mindful of your circle, keeping that mindfulness and mindset, and maintaining and making sure that you know that you can. So that's really good. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So, lastly, let's see here. I did want to, as we're shifting on to those real life solutions, I did want to talk about also your product line and how to access that information. So I did see that you have your own product line and multiple services where can people find you, be able to support you, and then connect with everything that you have going on with the modeling and so forth if they wanted to hire and whatnot.
So as far as like the hair side, I do have booking links and stuff like that. I do different things. I'm building a product line. I really don't have anything physical yet. I'm just trying to center on what I want to do. Now that I found my niche, it's going to be based in scalp therapy. So anybody that has any scalp issues, psoriasis, dermatitis, and stuff like that, I have a lot of clients because they have locks. You got a lot of buildup. It could come from stress. It could come from what you eat. It could come from environmental things, and it's also genetic. So being a barber and a loctician, you got people that are like, I want to cut my hair. You get so excited for that, but then as a loctician, you're like, oh no, we can grow
Yeah.
it back. We can do that. So it's
Right.
like it's a push and a pull. So I think that's what I'm gonna go into. Just doing the tea tree, getting the elderberries, the roots back into it. I'm trying to find a chemist that's really natural that help me with that. So doing that product line is good. I have a lot of things that um a lot of services that I have where it do helps you with the scalp. I have a lot of people that has come to me when they're balding on the edges and stuff like that. We was able to
Yeah.
grow it back. So I want to have my own line with, but they be able to take it home and do stuff like that instead of just using products from other people. So I
Mhm.
want to be able to do that on my own. I have different lock services. I have different barbering services as well. Tying into modeling. Modeling is I have my email in my bio and also through my DM, my Instagram mainly. I have 10K on Instagram, but people be shying away from DMing me, but always DM me. I have different ways and connections. I love collaborating with small businesses, like I said. And other than that, even when it's with art and stuff like that, I always reach out to people. If I see a flyer and they having something regarding painting or whatever the case may be, I always try to put my best foot forward to say, hey, I do this too. I do that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just encouraging people. If you see me, get to know me, and I will be able to help you with anything really.
Yeah. Well, I am definitely glad that you were able to get that information out that you can that there are different ways that you can be connected, especially like direct messaging, going through the emails, Instagram, Facebook. There's so many different avenues to be able to connect with you. And just even just aside of that to being able to like just talking about the accessing and things, just being able to get to know you here. I'm so glad that you came, and I got to see, like, not just seeing you through social media, but you are a brilliant person. You really are.
Thank you.
I feel such great light from you, and I don't just state that just to be saying, like people like, oh, you have a light. No, you really have a light, really are who you say you are. You really are organically met. You are you, and I love every bit of you. And you're such a great person. Like you can literally feel it. Like seriously, you can. And thank you for being that beacon of hope and light in the world, whether it be through fashion, encouragement, being unapologetically you, advocating for mental health, studying things, researching, even if it be just common things. Something like I didn't know nothing about that. Now I'm going to go online and one of my friends like, hey, babe, hey, listen to this. So I found out today. I have a conversation.
Right.
You never know. But you guys, thank you so much for being able to come here and listen in about Iyanna. And we'll be having this episode out pretty soon. So this has been your girl Nisi with Iyanna Kelly today on Deniese IncTru. So as always, as we state in closing, be well in wellness and in love. Peace.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us for this three-part conversation. And we would like you to follow Deniese IncTru podcast for more discussions centered on authenticity, wellness, the arts, and community. Now, as always, be well in wellness and in love. Peace.